Switchyard is a Rust-based proxy and library designed to handle traffic for large language models. It can route requests among multiple LLM providers, translate between the OpenAI chat interface, Anthropic's message format, and the older OpenAI response format, record operational metrics, and provide typed, composable routing algorithms. Why Switchyard? If you point a coding agent such as Claude Code or Codex at an open-source model, Switchyard bridges the gap between the agent's native API calls and model endpoints that speak a different protocol. The agent can continue to use its familiar API, while Switchyard can route the request to any compatible backends such as vLLM, NVIDIA-NeMo, Llama, or any OpenAI-compatible endpoint. The same proxy can spread traffic across models for A/B benchmarking, apply signal-driven stage routing, or run a custom algorithm you write. Features protocol translation lets the system convert between OpenAI chat, Anthropic messages, and OpenAI responses. Multi-backend routing supports random distribution, an LLMS classifier, signal-driven stage routing, or your own algorithm. Operational metrics are exposed via Prometheus, covering the number of requests, errors, latency, token counts, and routing overhead. Maturity Switchyard is in pre-alpha and evolving quickly. The API and the algorithms are expected to change significantly before a stable 1.0 release. It is experimental software and not intended for production use. Quick start options. There are 3 ways to use Switchyard: a launcher path that runs a coding agent through the proxy, a server path to run a standalone Rust proxy, or a library path to embed routing logic in a Rust application. Launcher path: first install of a lightweight Python package manager. If you don't already have it, then install the Switchyard command line tool with of curl lssf https://astral.sh/uv/install.sshsh source $home local bin env of tool install Python 3.10 NeMo Switchyard. Make sure the coding agent you intend to launch is installed and on your system path. Switchyard does not install the standalone proxy binary. Set your Open Router API key as an environment variable and launch the agent through Switchyard. Export Open Router API key equals your Open Router key. Switchyard launch Claude model. Switchyard launch Codex model. Switchyard launch AppendClaw model. Switchyard. If you prefer a custom TOML deployment, provide the root ID and configuration file. Switchyard launch Claude model myroot. Config roots TOML. Server path to install and run the standalone Rust proxy. First install Rust and Cargo, then install the Switchyard server binary. Cargo install, locked Switchyard server, help. This places the binary in the default Cargo location. Create a roots TOML file following the getting-started guide. Validate the configuration, and start the server on a local port. Export Open Router API key equals your Open Router key. Switchyard server, config roots TOML. Dryer run Switchyard server, config roots TOML. Host 127.0.0.1, port 4000. You can verify the proxy in another terminal by requesting its health endpoint. curl http://localhost:4000/health. For a full configuration example and a test request, consult the getting-started guide. Library path. A Switchyard libsecrate lets you embed routing logic directly into a Rust application. It does not itself call a model. Instead, your application decides which target to use, and the library passes every model call back to you. Pair it with the Switchyard LLM client crate when you want the library to handle the HTTP stack for you. Add the following to your Cargo dependencies to pull the library from the GitHub repository. Switchyard libc equals git equals https GitHub NVIDIA-NeMo Switchyard git. Switchyard protocol equals git equals https GitHub NVIDIA-NeMo Switchyard git. Consult the library documentation for setup instructions and an overview of the available routing algorithms. Routing strategy. Switchyard offers several built-in routing strategies that you can choose based on your workload. The first strategy, called LLM classifier, is useful when request content should decide whether to use a weaker or stronger tier. The algorithm examines the request and forwards it to the appropriate backend. The second strategy, stage router, uses signals already present in the conversation, such as tool results or errors, to decide which backend to call, allowing most turns to be handled without an extra model invocation. The third strategy, escalation router, first processes every turn on a weak tier. A judge then reviews that answer and determines whether the same request needs to be sent to a stronger tier. This is implemented by configuring the LLM classifier to operate in escalation mode. A fourth strategy is random, which splits traffic in a fixed ratio for A/B testing or cost experiments. Finally, a pass-through route simply registers one target under a single model ID with no routing decision. For detailed examples of each strategy, see the routing overview documentation. Architecture: when a client sends a request, it uses its native API format, OpenAI chat completions, OpenAI responses, or Anthropic messages. Switchyard accepts all three formats. It selects a configured backend, translates the request into that backend's native format, forwards the request, receives the response, and translates it back into the client's expected shape. The server therefore acts as a translator and fallback mechanism, allowing multiple providers to coexist behind a single API surface. Documentation: getting started provides a complete walkthrough for both the launcher and the standalone server. Core concepts cover the terminology for LLM clients, targets, routes, model IDs, and routing algorithms. Routing overview guides you in choosing and configuring an algorithm. The server, library, protocol, and translation crates each have dedicated documentation that explains configuration, usage, and metrics. Community and support: you can file issues on GitHub for the Switchyard repository and consult the code of conduct for collaboration etiquette. License: Switchyard is distributed under the Apache 2.0 license, with copyright held by NVIDIA Corporation.